Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Fandom United. My name is Gio, and this is Daily News Recap for July 22nd. What an exciting day it was for movie fans, for movie buffs. On top of an incredible trailer for Dune, we got news of an HBO Max series, and it has found its showrunner. We have an embarrassing story from Warner Brothers. One of their executives tried to give a note to the filmmakers regarding Man of Steel. It's a terrible, funny story that I can't wait to share. We got an update on Black Adam. Dwayne Johnson is hyped. We have a tease from Jordan Peele on his next movie. But first, we're going to start with something that I want to follow up on regarding yesterday's show. Zack Snyder, of course, got his first look deal with Netflix, which means he is locked in at Netflix for at least 2 more years. What does this mean for Restore the SnyderVerse? I saw a lot of people online talking about the campaign being dead, the chances of Zack Snyder returning to finish his story at DC. That's not happening. And for anybody to say that is foolish. It's foolish, okay? Yes, it does mean it will be some time that before Zack Snyder comes back to DC to finish his story, if Warner Brothers chooses to do so. But it's important to not give up hope and to stay patient, okay? Zack Snyder's Justice League was a hit that HBO Max and Warner Brothers weren't expecting, okay? They thought it would be just like 2017's Justice League at best, maybe a little bit better, but it turned out to be a freaking masterpiece, in my opinion. And those who did watch the movie want to see the story finished. If you've seen the movie, you know it leaves on a cliffhanger. And I, for one, cannot wait to see where that story goes. I am a believer. I think it's still very much a possibility. While it may not happen anytime soon because Zack Snyder is doing his thing over at Netflix, I got a feeling that Warner Brothers is going to get on the phone and call Zack Snyder, hey, what can we do to get you back? Would you even consider? They called him once, they can call him again. So keep the faith that we will see Zack Snyder finish his story with the characters from actors that he cast in those roles, and just be patient, okay? So let's go to the first news topic of the day, and this one is fresh off that incredible trailer. HBO Max has announced via Variety that they have a showrunner. And let me try not to botch the name. The showrunner is Diane Ademu John. She will be the showrunner for an HBO Max Dune series. And on top of this report, we have details regarding the series and where the story could go. And it says, set in the universe of Frank Herbert's epic Dune novel series, Dune: The Sisterhood is told through the eyes of a mysterious order of women known as the Bene Gesserit. Given extraordinary abilities by their mastery of the body and the mind, the Bene Gesserit expertly weave through the feudal politics and intrigue of the Imperium, pursuing plans of their own that will ultimately lead them to the enigmatic planet Arrakis, known to its inhabitants as Dune. It will serve as a prequel to the films. Beneath that are some of what Diane's biggest pieces of work are. She is known for The Haunting of Bly Manor on Netflix, Fox's Empire starring Terrence Howard, and NBC's Medium, the mid-2000s show starring Patricia Arquette. Also in the report, confirmation Denis Villeneuve is still attached to direct the pilot for the series. So you know this series is going to get off on a strong note. And I cannot wait to be introduced to the world of Dune. I have not seen the original. I have not read the book, but I am somebody, you can call me a normie, but I'm going to be there opening night to see this movie in IMAX. And I cannot wait for Denis Villeneuve to use his mastery filmmaking to give us an epic the world of sci-fi on the big screen, there is a vacancy. There is a void spot. Star Wars is taking a break. Avatar, we'll see what happens. I got a lot of confidence in Avatar, James Cameron, but Dune has the opportunity to be that next big thing for the sci-fi genre, a potential franchise. We know a prequel series is on the way. We know that Dune will be part one of a two-part story, and we have to trust Denis Villeneuve that he will deliver an incredible sci-fi epic. And furthermore, I want to say that while some people might, look down on others for watching it on HBO Max, you shouldn't do that, first of all, okay? We're still in a pandemic. But the hybrid release works in Dune's favor. I think this is one of those examples, those scenarios where the hybrid release works in its favor, okay? We take a look at Denis Villeneuve's last sci-fi epic, Blade Runner 2049. Great movie. Not a lot of people saw it. With this, the fact that people have the option to watch it at home, streaming numbers do count for something. They do. And if Dune does well at the box office, its first opening week or first 2 weeks, but does strong on streaming service and people like it, imagine what that's going to do for Dune Part 2, the hype, or Dune, the Sisterhood, the prequel series that we just talked about. So while this movie absolutely should be seen on the biggest screen possible, especially after that latest trailer, if you do watch it on HBO Max, hey, you watched it. You're giving it a chance. You're giving it a view on the platform, and it could lead to great things. So let me know your thoughts on Dune. Did you read the book? What do you think about the trailers so far? Are you like me and you're going to go in with an open mind of no preconceived notions and just be introduced to this epic world? Let me know your thoughts down below. And let's go to the world of DC and writer David S. Goyer, who was a story writer for Zack Snyder's Man of Steel and was heavily involved in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, shared an embarrassing yet funny story that I can't wait to talk about. So David Goyer said this in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter. He said, "One note I got was on Man of Steel, where the ending involves Superman utilizing the pod that he arrived in as a child in order to bring down General Zod's ship. The note we got from the studio said, 'You have to change that.' We asked why. They said, 'Because if Superman uses that pod and it's destroyed while saving the city, how is he ever going to get back to his home to Krypton?' There was just this long pause, and we said, 'Krypton blew up. You saw 30 minutes of it.'" How about that, guys? And look, okay, like maybe Warner Brothers has changed their ways, right? They're trying their best to separate themselves from the previous regime, even though Toby Emmerich, who is the head of Warner Brothers, was very much a part of that previous regime. That aside, now you get a better sense of what the filmmakers of DC are trying to do, the stories that they're trying to tell, while under the leadership of Warner Brother executives who clearly the movie went way over their heads. They obviously don't care. Okay. All they care about is, I've said this before, they want what Marvel has. They have to understand DC is not Marvel, but they only care about finances, money, all that stuff, which, I mean, yeah, they're executives, their jobs are to, finances. They fund a movie, they got to make sure there's profit, blah, 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 blah. They called themselves a filmmaker-driven studio. And while James Gunn has said his upcoming The Suicide Squad very much is in line with that, there was a time when that wasn't the case, where they were lying about that. And so this is during the time of Zack Snyder, David Ayer, Christopher Nolan, whatnot. You get an example of what they had to put up with, okay? And as a huge fan, huge defender of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's just this is hilarious. Okay, it's 2 days in a row of funny stories. Yesterday, Dwayne Johnson and what he had to say about Vin Diesel's comments regarding the Fast Saga, and now today, Warner Brothers and their notes regarding Man of Steel. They clearly don't understand what they have. Okay, again, maybe it's different with the current regime, the new regime, but the previous one had no fucking clue. And this is a prime example of that. But let's stick with DC here. We have sort of a revelation from the same guy, David Goyer, who was, again, a writer on Zack Snyder's Man of Steel and a writer on the Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher Nolan. He talked about where Heath Ledger's Joker could have gone in the third installment, and this is what he had to say. Obviously, that would have completely changed the polarity, of the third film. And it's true, we didn't discuss the third film until 2 or 3 months after The Dark Knight had come out. Chris wasn't interested in discussing what might happen in the next film. He always wanted to focus on the film in hand. He didn't want to lay any groundwork for something that may or may not happen, but it's logical assumption that the Joker would have been released, and it's certainly interesting to think of what would have happened if we had done that via THR. So, look, none of this matters, okay? I mean, obviously, the tragic passing of Heath Ledger won his Oscar, a performance for the ages, but it is interesting to think about what could have been. We know Christopher Nolan had intentions of Heath Ledger's Joker being in now The Dark Knight Rises, and now we get a little more of a hint at the direction they were going with the character. I don't know how that would have fit in. I think the story would have gone a little bit differently than the story we did get from The Dark Knight Rises, but nevertheless, this reminds me of Christopher Nolan and him refusing to show the public what unseen footage he has of Heath Ledger's Joker, because he does have it locked away in a vault and he refuses to show it. It's just, the fanboy in me is like, man, I would love to see it, but I also respect his wishes. We're lucky he even came back for The Dark Knight Rises, because if you read the interviews, if you read between the lines, Heath Ledger's passing, he was kind of checked out. He was about halfway checked out with The Dark Knight Rises, and we see it. It's still a good movie. The Dark Knight Rises is still a good movie, but pales in comparison to the first two. Just my opinion. Let me know if I'm a dumbass if you think otherwise. All right, sticking with DC, we got one more topic to get to. Dwayne Johnson is hyping up Black Adam and talks about the difference between him and the superheroes who do only good. This is what Dwayne Johnson had to say about playing an anti-hero. He says Black Adam has all the powers of Superman, but the difference is he is blessed with magic, Johnson says, and also by a code of ethics in the world of superheroes. They don't kill the bad guys, but Black Adam does. There were a lot of elements that made me feel this is a real opportunity here. I felt like everything that I had done in the past in terms of my career, all the movies that I had done over decades, even the ones that didn't do well, all led to this particular role. Interesting. I mean, yeah, we've been waiting, 8 years and counting for Dwayne Johnson to finally show up as the anti-hero Black Adam. I remember there was a time when he was choosing between Shazam or Black Adam, and I was like, please don't do Shazam, okay? We've seen enough family-friendly movies from you. Play a dark anti-hero, play a dark character like Black Adam, and that is what he is doing. I have a particular interest in the anti-heroes, the ones who don't always follow the rules. They bend it. They get the job done no matter what. I mean, look, I got my guy, U.S. Agent, right here. Okay, I love U.S. Agent. He was the best part of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I am hyped for Black Adam. I can't wait to see it. He's gonna kick some ass. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad for the DC heroes. Superman, Wonder Woman. I hope they have the same manager. I hope he includes Henry Cavill Superman, because right now WB doesn't want anything to do with that, which is fucked up. That is fucked up, Warner Brothers. But Dwayne Johnson could be the saving grace. We finally get more Henry Cavill Superman. I'm not counting Zack Snyder's Justice League, which came out this year. This movie was shot in 2016, so technically we haven't seen Henry Cavill Superman since, I'll go 2017, since Justice League released theatrically. We haven't seen him in 4 years and counting. That is ridiculous. Again, however you feel about Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, Henry Cavill Superman is great. He is an amazing actor. He deserves more. I'm glad he's getting more with Netflix and the Witcher franchise. So let's get to the last two topics. This will be relatively quick. Emily Blunt shared more comments regarding her possibility of joining the superhero genre. She doubles down on what she said on the Howard Stern show about superhero movies not really being for her, not having an interest. This is what she said. I really understand that superhero movies are like a religion for a lot of people, Blunt explained. They don't appeal to me in the same way. I don't have this burning desire to play a superhero. Wow. Well, don't be discouraged, fans, okay? Because there are two ways to look at this. One, she is a very good actress, and she could just be, playing along with, she doesn't, misleading the fans and whatnot. Or B, she really feels that way. And if she does, then that's her. It's 2021. Okay, she can do whatever the hell she wants. Okay, but man, if her husband John Krasinski, Jim Halpert from The Office, he really wants to play Mr. Fantastic. He would be open to joining the MCU, and that works in the favor of the fans who want to see her as Sue Storm. In the comics, Sue Storm is the wife of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. So, husband and wife on the comic books, husband and wife in real life. Excuse me. That is a perfect casting right there. It is the ultimate fan casting in the comic book world amongst fans. You ask any of them who their top 5 fan castings are, Emily Blunt and John Krasinski in Fantastic Four, Marvel's First Family, would be in that top 5. So let me know which way you think it goes. Kevin Feige, like I said, he's going to have to put on his best salesman hat and sell the role to Emily Blunt. Or just back up the trunk, the truck full of money and pour it at their door. So I want to see her as Sue Storm. That would be amazing. Amazing. Last one right here. Jordan Peele, director of Get Out and Us, has shared his first look at Nope, the upcoming horror flick, his third one, just called Nope. He also revealed the cast at the bottom of the poster, Daniel Kaluuya, the Oscar-winning actor from Judas and the Black Messiah. He also starred in Get Out from Jordan Peele, Keke Palmer, and Stephen Yeun. So, incredible cast right there, led by Jordan Peele. Love it. Have no idea what this means. You guys let me know your thoughts on this poster. It's weird that the cloud is flying up like a balloon. It's almost as if like the reality that they're living in is not real, something like a darker version of the Truman Show, or who knows. I'm going way off. I have no idea what this is about, but Jordan Peele, horror, the cast, you got me. I'm sold. You have my money. No questions asked. But anyways, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on Fandom United. This is Daily News Recap for July 22nd. Let me know your thoughts on the topics. I appreciate you guys' time. I appreciate your subscriptions. Please subscribe, leave a thumbs up. And I'm a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to get some rest until tomorrow, assuming there is news that I want to talk about. Enough news. I'll see you guys then.